Hey ladies and gentlemen, it's me again, Meat Puppet, got another video for you today. Today we're gonna talk about the N-word, right? Yeah, it's a hard subject, but officially it ain't. I mean, in US, I know you guys are very oversensitive about the words, about the past, and I get where you're coming from. But the idea that certain cultures can identify with the N-word just because they suffered almost the same as you in the past, that's the only way you can give them like a free pass, like specific South American people. I'm like, I don't know about it. It is as if you're saying like most white people don't struggle. So I found this video that I tried to interview this dude about something he said 15 years ago, an N-word, because the dude went to prison, and in prison he met some black people, and they were like, maybe, hey man, you might be what, but you act like a nigger, and they send the word back and forth. That's how the past worked. My friend, son of my best friend, might even say, that's my nigger, and I will be, yeah, you're my nigger too. It might be in private, it might be between friends, it might be even in public. I'm not sure he might say that on stage now because he know how stupid people are, but it's just weird. And look how they try to interview a man in the past in a way that you're not supposed to say that 15 years ago, but it seemed by an interview that might be gay. That I'm like, dude, if you were in prison, nobody in prison will be back and forth the N-word with you. You know how it goes. They can be quite homophobic sometimes unless they woohoo. That's still a woman for me, you know. It depends on the moment. But let's watch the video.
We've been through hell, him and I, in the past 3 years.
I love you.
I love you too. And I am not going to allow our day to be ruined by this nonsense.
The accusations are serious and scathing. Dog's daughter claiming he is racist, homophobic, and was unfaithful to her late mother Beth, who died just over 2 years ago.
Did you cheat on Beth?
No,
Never.
never.
She says he began to have an affair with a friend of my mom's while she was in the hospital.
Beth was in the hospital 3 times. I was there every single second with her. I went home the night before she passed away with her mother and her sisters because they said she won't pass away, dog, with you standing here. So I left. 3 hours later, she passed away. So when did I have time? I'm a good man. I would have never done that.
22-year-old Bonnie also claims she was not invited to her dad's wedding because she supports the Black Lives Matter movement.
Oops.
Do you support that organization?
Yes, I do. I have never been a racist. I'm 33.5% Apache.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure what I have to say about that. I mean, officially, I'm a huge percentage Irish. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like that. Hey, just because I'm a percentage or something, I don't know. I don't like the fact that a percentage will identify me. I like my action to identify me. I'm from Curacao. So most people from Curacao, the way we react on the Caribbean island, you can be white, black, or whatever. We like the same type of food. We have the same reaction. When a stone falls on our leg, we say, "By ding coño." We all say the same thing. It's just that. I mean, we don't identify a person by their how they look. It's more how their action reflect. That's why even if I call a person my nigga and he's super white, the first thing most people will think, for example, on Curacao, it's not like, hey, I'm black, I'm allowed to say it. They're going to be like, oh, this guy has a gangster past, or he would not acknowledge him. That's it. He has a specific respect that he feels comfortable saying that word. And he can say that back to him. That would never happen in America in a public place. 100%.
But because of over 15 years ago, I have an Achilles heel because I used the wrong word.
Well, let me ask you about that. That moment 15 years ago.
Yes, sir.
That phone call with your son.
Correct.
You were using language, and over 6 times during that call, you used the N-word.
Yes, sir.
Why were you using that word so freely?
Well, I thought I had a pass in the black belt to use it, kind of like Eminem.
Who gave you the pass?
The brothers.
Who
Hey.
were the brothers?
I had just, gotten out of prison in 1979 after spending time in 18 months in Texas, and it was probably 3/4 from the black tribe. So that was a word that we used back and forth as maybe a compliment. My pass expired for using it, but no one told me that.
Your past never passed. Look at this scene from the movie about Samuel L. Jackson and this weird white guy that keep dissing him, right?
I owe you one. Hey, you still a motherfucking cracker, you know that, right?
Fuck you too, cornbread.
No.
The fact that they just go back and forth, that's so enjoyable. I miss the time when you can be overly collected offensive, but you still respect each other because at least it's honest that I just don't like you people, but hey, you know what? You proved me wrong. But I still call you that because I don't want to admit it because I'm insecure. That is a good relationship. You have no idea. Why do you want to fake it till you make it? And I'm like, dude, come on. I don't want to be that person. I'm not going to say that I'm an openly racist person, but I'm not going to deny that everybody in my eye is a little racist. Or we have a subjective view, so we're going to be biased. That's it.
To say a racist name doesn't qualify to make you a racist.
If you use that word, if you use
Okay.
that word and you use it in your regular everyday life,
No.
it makes you a racist.
No.
I have more black friends than Eminem.
That's the proximity.
Okay. Well, that is a point. Maybe that is a point. If you have more black friends, you can be racist and have a bunch of friends of that culture. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. And the fact that somebody has a way in their culture in the past, and you have these young people out of that generation come to decide what that generation meant, shut up. You have no idea what you're talking about. And judging a person about something he said 15 years ago, if everything was documented, everybody would have been racist back then. The fact that you never wrote something in the internet and you kind of feel safe, that's so obnoxiously stupid. He admitted that he didn't know, he need to adapt, that's it. Look what happened to Rackfall, for example. He didn't know the word grape, which was so normal in gaming industry. He said it once on a streaming platform or something like that. And what did they do? They removed his whole career. You're not allowed to play anymore, bada bing, bada boom. I'm like, dude, not everybody has time to look for all the little things that hurt your freaking feeling. You pass a law, boom, you should have been aware of it, you dumbo. Come on, man. I hate this culture.
Proximity argument, like I have lots of black friends, so that should make me okay with black people.
Chapman also denies his daughter's allegations that he used homophobic language.
Why would she say that?
She's been fed what to say. I have 3 people that are on my staff that are gay, men. My daughter's gay, baby Lisa. I don't understand why anybody would ever say that.
I hear what you're saying, but remember, proximity does not mean that you're not racist or homophobic.
Would I die for a gay man or a black man? I'd lay down my life.
Damn! He makes a point. Of course, proximity doesn't define that you're homophobic or not, or racist. That is true. But history doesn't define if something that happened in your past, you're still racist now, even if you're not acting like the past. It's like, why are you taking something like that proximity doesn't prove anything? That's the same thing. You can prove what I did 10 years ago is still part of me. People grow out of it. It's like these people, they are like 16 years old. They get stuck being 16 years old. They never grow mentally, but they're still in the body. And they're like, I'm still the same. People, you're the dumbo. You're stuck in the past with the same body maybe. No, it's older. Your head, you're stupid. This kind, why? The fact that you judge people from the past action, guys, then I'm a racist. I'm a homophobic. I'm a lesbian-phobic. I'm a heterophobic. I'm a father-phobic. I'm not a mommy-phobic. I'm a wuss in that department. But that's it. But everybody changes with time. The fact that you want to define me by something I did back then, which I will take the L, I'm not going to walk with the L on my forehead like, hey man, this is what I represent. That is the most stupid, disingenuous thing that you can ask anybody. And the fact that if I walk around like that, you want me to be this thing constantly to prove a point. because that's your ideology. Because if this ideology is gone, you have nothing to fight for. So you make sure you have something to fight for forever. These type of people that look in my past to look for trouble, and that's what they want to define me as, miss me, disappear. I don't care about you actually. I don't even bother with it. But if you come in my life and that's the only thing you enjoy, I will do everything as possible to not be near you. And usually those people are like, yes, I'm happy. I don't need to see him anymore. Good. Go find your next victim. Make your business around that. People need to grow up. That's it.
Dog says all this drama started in March after he had a falling out over a potential new TV show with Unleashed TV. In a statement today, the company said, quote, Mr. Chapman's own actions led to the cancellation of his new show. Bonnie is still with the production company and since then has been estranged.
Bonnie is being brainwashed.
Bonnie told ET today in an exclusive statement, as far as the idea that I'm being brainwashed, this is the dumbest thing my father has ever said.
We all have arguments with our kids. That's really difficult and it's really stressful, but he's worth all of it.
Well, I think I know exactly what happened. The fact that it started at the show and this girl Bonnie, for whatever reason, is staying around there at a place that some people have been going, and they said, man, we tried to start the show there and everybody seems to be freaking gay. And not because they're freaking gay, stupid, lame. No, because most of these shows on TV, they're usually led by gay people. In Spain, every male on the TV is freaking gay. I don't know why, but it's quite clear they're very leftist ideology and they normalize certain things. And sometimes when they get your kids, they change the way you think and all this weird stuff. And it's just so stupid. No father wants to spend his time cuddling a girl that's only blames him for something in his past that he knows doesn't represent himself. And it's stupid because you're ruining families. Sometimes I actually believe these ideologies is kind of created to prove a point. It earns them money. And the more family they destroy, the more independent people become from their family because that's what they feed you. You start saying stuff that you would never dare to say to your parent. And it's so stupid. It's like there is no respect. I've seen so many of these leftist people, they're like, oh, I have no family. I'm like, maybe you open your mouth too much. Maybe you devalue them for things they did for you in an age or time that you would never survive the way you're living right now. And now you're blaming them also for the mistake. You know how bad that is? Anyway, the N-word, look, man, I'm not saying that you can say it. Nah. All I'm saying is, if I have my best friend and he covered me in a game and he saved me and he says, hey, man, I got you, nigga, I'm not gonna complain. If we are that good of a friend and we know each other's business and I told him maybe I was gay in the past or whatever, and he tells me, don't worry, nigga, I don't care. Nobody cares about it. It's between us. It's sensitive now maybe in the public, but it's more sensitive for white people that don't understand the culture. I have friends that say that a lot. And I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. What they tell me in a word doesn't define how I will perceive them. They would never use it in a disrespectful way like, yeah, that's because you're a nigger. They would never say that. That's why when I hang with specific white people, I don't make jokes about, hey, I'm a nigger, that's why you treat me like that. Because they start making that jokes and tell me, well, if you don't like the joke, why are you making the jokes? That's what I learned from the Dutch culture. It's very direct. They don't want you to feel more powerful for some odd reason just because of your skin color. It's your action. Well, hey, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about this situation. Did he have a pass or not? I don't believe because he's Indian, but if you went to prison and you were having that talk that way back then as if it was normal, I won't blame you for saying it right now. And if you lose your job because of that, and they educate your kids in a way and then you don't invite her to your wedding, man, that's so unfortunate about this whole ideology. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Like, share, hit the bell button, piggy subscribe. Remember below, got Discord, Facebook, Instagram. I try to be very active, but you know me, I'm a daddy of two, but I'll do my best. Anyway, peace, and see you guys next time.
don't get me wrong. Makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde. Kush, hash, purple, skunk, criollo, colombici, jam, jam. Turloqueta, verdeta, welcome. Den vida mi a tu iniciativa. Padrei ku indica, e também que sum sativa. Te ainda no que acepta ku eta medicina. Bob di nang di eta causa rebeldia. Cooking, ainda saki mi kemen.